Yep. All right. I think we're good to go here. So, welcome along. This is our first World Cup Keystowin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you a couple of things here about the Russia and Saudi Arabia game. Group A, it's not the toughest group in the World Cup. But in saying that, you still have to go out and perform. Both teams played decent enough. Russia had a little more gusto about them, moving the ball, looking to get the ball in the box early, and they got rewards from some nice goals, nice free kick at the end as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look at the game overall. Russia went on to win, obviously, 5-0. But let's take a look at the match report for this game. So Russia came out with a good setup. They played a 4-5-1, looking to counter whenever they could for the match report. Did pretty well overall possession. As most World Cup games will end up being about, you can see here for the Russia, they were able to ball possess a lot in the midfield, and it's one of the things I always talking about, having that important midfield player to be able to pull the strings and make things happen is critical, especially when you get into the World Cup stage. Very, very important. You can see Saudi Arabia didn't do too bad in the midfield. They had a 21%. They had 18 and 21 across the midfield, so not too bad. They needed to just increase their ball movement into the final third. So if we take now a look at the start list, both teams put out a lot of well-known players for their roster, and good setup there. If we take a look at our tactical lineup, Russia came out and they announced a 4-5-1, and this is kind of like what they put out there. Obviously the 4 backs and the 5 with 2 holding, kind of anchored midfield, with 3 playing in front and a target up top. And Saudi Arabia came out with the same, but they kind of went with a slight mini triangle in the midfield, with the 7 kind of playing more the string puller. So they're always going to find it difficult, because when the game would break down, the 2 Russian midfielders would be able to dominate the midfield. That's why they had such a high retention in the midfield. So, but if we look at how they actually set up, Russia on your Russia came out in what? Yeah, Russia came out on the left there. So Russia played more with the 17-10 playing a little bit higher together, and the 8 and the 11 kind of run the show in the midfield, with the 6 and the 19 cutting off any channels there for Saudi Arabia to play down. And Saudi Arabia on the right there, they came out pretty much as advertised. They played with the 1 holding, 2 in front, and you can see a lot of teams will put a lot of packed players into that central area as the tournament goes on. And the match report, let's see, at the halftime, Russia were up 2-0 at the halftime. Saudi Arabia, they didn't really make a lot of adjustments, especially when Russia, even though Russia was forced into a substitution early in the first half, Saudi Arabia didn't really adjust to some of the subs that Russia put on, and they left themselves open the first 15 minutes of the second half. not adjusting to some of the changes that Russia made to get countered. And if we look, you could already see that Russia were starting to put more and more pressure on the flanks, with 14 and 10% starting to build up there. And Saudi Arabia started to put more pressure down the center of the pitch, but we're finding it difficult because Russia kept cleaning up and winning the second balls and then going on the counter. So Saudi Arabia didn't adjust well to that. So it's something that they should look at for their next game. Winning the second balls in midfield would definitely help them. Player statistics. Goalkeeper did okay what he had to do. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Good heat map there in the left wing. Midfield. Let's see. Here's the midfield. All right, so that's Russia. Saudi Arabia. Yeah, not too bad. I'm going to go through all of this, but it's just quick reference. Team tracking statistics. Russia ball possession heat map. And as we pointed out, you can see the midfield, they started to gain more and more control on. And then into the second half, they really start attacking the flanks heavily on the left and then building more and more on the right. So they started to find the weaknesses through Saudi Arabia there. Saudi Arabia looked to play down the flanks as well, but again, the midfield of Russia did a really, really good job of breaking down the second balls and winning in it and putting the team back on the front foot. So really good job by Russia, actually, the way they approached the game. And passing distribution, a lot of stats here for both teams. So players heat match map. Let's see. You can see through the heat maps that Russia were definitely building a lot on the flanks and the middle. So especially the left flank there in that heat map. And the right, yeah. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they didn't really cement anything. Really, maybe the midfield a little bit, but nothing really cemented in their heat map. So you can see Russia heat maps a lot more solidified. So it means they were dominating those areas a lot more. Ball movement, player movement. So you can definitely see where Russia were able to get the upper hand there and the flanks in the midfield through the heat maps. Really, really good. And then remember to check out Keystowin EPL.blogspot.com. I just threw up a brand new blog post. It has a lot more information on it. You want to go check it out. A lot of info on it. So a lot of cool things there. Great highlight videos also up there. So that's the quick tactical analysis for Russia versus Saudi Arabia on the opening day. So let's see. All right, and with that, looks like it's going to be a really good World Cup. The opening ceremony was pretty cool. Looked like they featured the Phoenix a lot, which is Phoenix rising from the flames, and good energy. Looked like a good atmosphere there in the stadium, and I don't know. This World Cup could be something special. Could be something really special. So if all the boys turn up to play, it could be one of those tournaments that people say, "Wow, yeah, man, football, Gotta love it. With that, Keystowin out.